Hi guys, been a long time since I've done a video about driving, and this video in particular I think I'm going to talk about my CBT. Now on a few videos ago, if you have a look at our channel, I passed my CBT, which is compulsory basic training. So for you that know what that means, it's all to do with motorbikes. So when you want to learn to ride a motorbike, you have to do something called a CBT. There's no other way to get onto the road. You have to do a CBT, compulsory basic training. So what that is you go to an establishment like a driving school, like a motorbike driving school, and you book in for a day's training. And what they do is they give you all the gear, crash helmet, gloves, trousers, and so on and so forth. And they let you borrow the bike. And what you do in the first 2-3 hours in the morning, they'll go through the theory of stuff. They'll take you to a car park and they'll do the basics. So we were learning how to get on the bike, start the bike up, move it off safely, move into second gear, do some maneuvering, going back into first gear, doing some emergency stops and things like that. So basically getting control of the vehicle. Then you have your lunch, and then you have a bit more of a briefing on how the road works. Obviously, if you've driven a car, you'll know that works. That should be pretty straightforward. And then they take you on a bit of a drive, which is fantastic because you go from car park to road, and it is scary. I can tell you that for a fact. Very, very, very scary, but very, very exciting because you're driving a motorbike. And the bike that I drove was 125cc Kawasaki, I think it was, a little black thing. It went pretty quick, to be honest. I'm not too sure what the horsepower was, but it's probably around the 10 to 15 marks. I know 125cc is limited to 15 horsepower in England or the UK. So yeah, we went for a few hours, and we went all the way to a place called Chepton Mallet, which is near Bath. And we stopped for a coffee, and then we kind of doubled back on ourselves, and we did a little bit of independent driving, and it was fantastic. And it was just me and the instructor. And at the end of that, a couple of hours, 2 hours, let's say, we get back to the test centre or the building, and then they kind of talk you through how you did. And then if you pass, if they think you're safe enough to be on the road, they give you a certificate, and then, then you're safe enough to go out onto the road. Some people don't make the grade. Sometimes they have to come back for more training. Luckily, the instructor, Paul, he was a lovely guy. He said, yeah, you're safe. I'll sign the certificate. He actually advised me to go for my big license, which I was blown away by because I thought, wow, I've only ever got on a bike once, and that was today. So yeah, fast forward maybe a month and a half. We're now today, end of November, and I've already bought myself a bike. So I bought a Suzuki GSX 125 off of a friend. It's 2 years old, low mileage, full service history, got all the gear, crash helmet, gloves, protective trousers, coat, intercom, a cover for the bike, a little bike bag, and so on and so forth, and a lock, all the things that you need to do when you're bike riding. Basically, it's a bit different from when you're riding a car. You just buy the car generally. So yeah, and I've been out probably in the last 6 weeks, probably about 7 times. Last week, me and 2 of my friends went out, and we went out for a ride, and we went for 64 miles. It was fantastic. We were out all day. Now, you're probably wondering what the hell this video is about. Is it about my wonderful experience of riding a bike and all my little journeys? No, it's not. It is actually about how I feel on the bike. And I was chatting to one of my other friends who's a driving instructor, and he said to me, Matt, it'll be fantastic if you made a video about this, because I will tell you how I feel. I feel scared. I'll be honest with you, hand on my heart, I feel petrified when I go out, but also I get a massive adrenaline rush. I feel amazing, and I can't wait. I feel confident, but I'm scared. I am scared to death because I think any small mistake that I make could be the end, because you don't have any protection. As you know, you literally are just you in the road. If you fall off, you're going to hurt yourself. If you drive into something, you're going to hurt yourself. If someone drives into you, it's going to bloody well hurt. So you are on high alert from start to finish. Literally, you need to be eyes everywhere. So yeah, it's kind of a little kind of taster on how you guys feel. So as instructors, I think a lot of the time we forget how you feel. I think we think, oh, well, they've done X amount of times, they should be all right. But I understand how you feel now. So when I'm at a junction, I feel quite nervous because I don't want to stall the bike because it's got 6 gears. I don't want to stall the bike because someone could go into the back of me. At a roundabout, I want to make sure that I'm fitting into those gaps. I feel nervous. I'm nervous about the weather. So if it rains, blimey O'Reilly, those lines and those drains, they are like lethal. They are so slippery and you need to avoid them. Potholes, that's another thing bike riders need to avoid. It is wind. We've had a very mixed bag of weather today. As you can probably see, my windows are steamed up. It's chucking it down with rain and it's really, really windy out there. So wind affects bike riders. I don't have confidence yet on the bike, and I'm wondering when the confidence is going to kind of happen. Maybe in another couple of times, maybe in another couple of months, maybe when the summer months come, it's going to be a bit better for me and I'm going to be out maybe twice a week as opposed to once a week or 3 times a week and I can get a bit more experience. But I feel nervous. I don't want to do anything wrong because I know there's trouble if I do stuff wrong. So it's just a little bit of a video just to say, I understand how you're feeling when you're learning to drive. Remember, you're much safer in the car. You've got airbags in the steering wheel, airbags in dashboards and all kind of stuff. You've got seat belts, you know. On a bike, you don't have any of this. But I can empathize with you and I understand. So anxiety, nervous, yes. Excited, yes. Looking forward to it, yes. But we understand, or I understand how you feel. So hopefully I am kind of warbled too much and kind of garbled on, but I can understand how you're feeling. So please bear with it. It will get better. A bit like my bike riding, I'm sure it will get better. Practice. That's what you need to do when you're learning to drive, when you're learning to ride a bike. Just practice. Keep practicing. I know I've just kind of garbled on there for 7 minutes, but hopefully you can understand where I'm coming from. Hope you enjoyed that, and see you on the next video, hopefully.